Hi everyone, Rusty Dog here with another Car Mechanic Simulator 2018 video. And I don't think in this video I'm going to be doing any customer cars. From the last video, if you saw it, you'll know that I bought myself a car from the junkyard, one that's going to need restoration. And that car was a Dodge Charger. So what I'm going to do in this video is start stripping it down. And you're probably wondering why we're looking at this back wall. Well, someone's nicked me tools. No, it's because there's been a few changes. You can see at the top I've got a few more experience points and I've got a little bit more money. I've been doing a few jobs while you guys weren't looking. And the net result of that is I now have a bigger workshop. Oh yes. So we're going to be looking around quickly. It won't take long. There's just a few additions, and yeah, we'll see what's new in this new patch 1.1.0. So finally we reached 1.1. Mainly bug fixes, but one of the things it does do now is make the radio work. I haven't tried it yet. Been waiting for you guys. So I haven't done anything since I bought this garage except bring my junkyard car in. I haven't touched it. Been waiting for you guys. And I haven't done any customer cars since. I need to get to 8,981 to get my next level up, as it were. Haven't done that either. Been waiting for you guys. So here we are. What's new in the workshop? Well, it's amazing, isn't it? Because this was a single door garage and now it's a double. It's like somebody just knocked a wall down and it's magically appeared. So obviously, I mean, the first thing you notice is this, the second car lifter. So obviously that means I can have two customer cars on the go at the same time. Maybe two with similar engines, so I can keep ordering multiple parts in bulk, but it's bad enough as it is anyway, ordering multiple parts. These exhausts look pretty good. I'll probably be changing them. So the other thing is I get another toolbox, as if I need another toolbox. They're all the same. You know, I've leveled up. I got the compression tester, and then I went to here and I got the extra lifter. Also, and not before time, and thankfully I've now got the warehouse where you store parts and you pop it into the warehouse. Now, oh, what's this? What's this? I don't know what that is. So I've only got one warehouse at the moment. That obviously indicates you can have more than one. So this means when I'm stripping parts off this engine, I'm going to take it off the ramp for a second. When I'm taking parts off the car, instead of having them clogging up my inventory, I'll be able to store them all in here. So all the parts that I take off this when I strip it down are going to go into here. And then my inventory will be empty, you know, so it doesn't interfere with the customer cars. The other thing, yeah, I thought this might have been the beginning of my detailing, but it's not. It's yet another toolbox, same thing. So it's just another asset really in the garage to make it look good. This works. Now this is an engine crane where you attach it to the top of the engine and pull the entire engine out. But what I really want is this thing, because this is like a kebab thing for an engine. You put the engine on and you can work on it on the crane and rotate around. But I'm not quite sure what's going on here, because to put it on the engine crane, add engine. Okay. Rotate engine left, rotate engine right. I'm trying to work out how this is done. it must be a case that this crane pulls the engine out first. I don't know if I've got to disconnect any parts, because it certainly doesn't have engine mountings that I know of. Pull it out with that, and then I go to here and say add engine, and it adds it from the crane. That's the only thing I can think of. See, some music just came up there, but I've got music turned off, so the radio might be silent. I get a first aid kit which doesn't work, and I've got an office. Ooh, yeah, baby. And all that adds is a computer, a couple of computers, which, you know, it's the same thing. So yeah, there's nothing else functional that I can see. I mean, we've got some kind of laser printer here, and we've even got a water cooler which doesn't work, and this thing for holding up your, is it the gearboxes or the engines? Well, anyway, that's non-functional, which, yeah, well, a bit of a shame. This would be cool if it worked, if you did something where you would have a fire in the building, and yeah, all this is non-functional. It's just for show. So all this space is for the engine crane, the extra lifter, and the warehouse, and that's it. That's all I've got. But it may only be that, but it's very, very valuable to have that for me. So I'm going to start stripping this down. The first thing I want to do is yank that engine out, and it'll be the first time I've done it. So what I don't know is if I can do it just like this. So let's move the equipment to car lifter 2. And let's see what happens. I really don't know. This is new to me. So yeah. Click to use, nothing's happening. See, there's so how do I do this? See, now I've got my compression tester. I don't even think this car works, does it? I don't think it switches on. I've got an OBD scanner. When did I get that? Oh yeah, okay. Electronic meter and a tire tread tester. So the only thing I'm missing is the fuel pressure test. So it's building up nicely. Now obviously the engine's not going to come out until I take the axles off. But I just wonder how much on the gearbox as well. So I'm just wondering how much I do need to take off before it will allow the engine to release. So I guess we're going to find out. I'm going to be stripping everything down. I know the interior looks all in good nick, but I think I'm going to be changing it anyway, if I can. The only thing I can't fix is the bodywork. I can put all new body panels on like this, but I can't change this. This is something that needs welding or repairing, and I'm not going to be able to do that until I'm well into the game. Alright, so to take the engine off, or out, we're going to have to first strip the wheels off. Let me just turn down my game volume here. So we'll do this side first. Actually, the brakes might be able to stay. I can just take this cap off, and then I can get to the... Oh, it hasn't got one. I don't know whether it's missing or... Yeah. Oh, no, it's not missing. It's fine. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So let's get the... No, the suspension arm's not in the way either. Okay, I'm just going to take the gearbox and the exhaust off. It looks like the exhaust is not mounted to anything. It just stops there. There must be... It's either a missing part Yeah, it is. It goes from there to there, and I don't have it. So, right. I don't know why I thought this... Well, I know it's not a front-wheel drive, but what I mean is my brain was kind of treating it as if it was, thinking I had to take off a front axle or something, and I don't. So, yeah, I'm going to take this wheel off anyway, just as a matter of course, really, just to have it off there. Okay, because I'm going to be stripping off all this anyway, so they might as well come off. So underneath I go, and I want to... Now these front sections on this exhaust is missing. It's missing anyway, so the gearbox will not come off, because if you want to know why, you just have to look at the parts that are in red. You highlight that, and it says you can't take it off because the prop shaft needs to come off and the starter motor needs to come off. Thankfully, we can access the starter motor from under the car. And the prop shaft, it's difficult to get to. You've got to, there we go. You've got to be in the middle of the car. Click it, and there we go. And now it's 8 bolts. This is just pure guesswork, that taking the gearbox off, because you can take an engine off with the gearbox on, but you need to take the prop shaft off at least. So maybe it'll come out now, because it will come out with the gearbox, right? I mean, it does in real life. So I don't know if there's anything else. Oh, I haven't even got a sump on it, look. Wow. Right, let's skedaddle out of here and see if we can use this now. Well, let's bring the car down. Wait a minute, another thing. What if the car needs to be on the ground? And to do that, I'm going to have to put these crappy wheels on. Now, even in Grand Theft Auto, you've got to change your rim colours. On this one, you can't. So we're going to put this wheel on because I want to put the car on the ground. But I'm only going to take it down one step first, just to see if that makes a difference. I mean, for sure the prop shaft would have had to come out. Aha! And I didn't even need to... Oh, it's done it. Yeah. Where's it gone? Well, that was a bit lame. It's pulled it out, but it's not even on the crane. It's not even on the crane, guys. Where's it gone? Is it in my inventory? Am I lugging this thing around? Yeah. That's it. I just sell the entire engine. With all the auxiliaries. How do you... So I'm going to have to separate this up. So can I then put it on here, right? Oh, right. There we go. Take engine off. Rotate engine left. Yes, 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 yes. This is what I wanted to do. Now, I can work on the engine, right? Lovely. Absolutely brilliant. And it did come out with the gearbox, of course. So I'm going to be stripping this down to its component parts. The fuel filter looks fine. But anything that's not green is going to be replaced. So let's strip this all the way down until there's nothing left but an empty shell. So I'm just going to buy This is going to be like a concourse restoration. Well, not, yeah, I won't be concourse because I won't be using brand new nuts and bolts. I don't think the game does that. Yeah, concourse is basically a better than showroom restoration, which involves replacing every part, including every single nut and bolt and washer, with a brand new part. Everything, nuts and bolts rebuild. Yeah, it's effectively a new car, really. So we're just going to get everything off. Now I can't take that off because I need to take this arm off. It's the first time I've seen one of these. And I also need to take this off. So it kind of guides you through, you know, which part to take off next in order to get the next bit off. And I hope it's easy to transfer stuff into my warehouse. Like dragging stuff across. I don't have to do one at a time. I mean, this hasn't even got a bloody sump on it. I should probably buy the sump and fit it. And then... No. Yeah, it needs an oil filter there by the looks of it. What if I go into part mount mode? It won't let me do the sump because it's going right through the middle of the engine. Oh look, cables. Cables. HT leads, ignition wires, didn't even come with the car. I put those on, put a filter. Oh, that's the oil filter. What's this then? Oh, I know. That's the yeah. Spark plugs are in, but I don't have any cables. Don't have an engine cover. Yeah, so lots of bits missing. Let's get the gearbox off. See what condition the clutch is in. Starter motor missing, which I took off earlier. So it's not actually missing. It's in one of my pockets. Clutch looks okay, but it's got some rust on it, so it's going to get replaced. Told you I'm going to do. I think I am. I know it's going to cost me a fortune, and I'm going to lose money when I sell the car. But it's just to say that I've done it. Oh God. Oh jeez. Rocker arms. Oh, are they all coming off at once? That'll make life a bit easier. There we go. And I want to... Oh, the valve push rod's coming out. See, these older engines are like this. On the newer engines, you don't... It doesn't quite work in the same manner, obviously. So according to this, I need to take the exhaust manifold off. I haven't even taken the air filter off yet. Let's get this off. Has it got one? It has. It looks manky. Oh, there's the carb. Oh, I'd like to stick a new one of those in. I wonder if I can get some uprated one. Yeah, some better one with stick a supercharger on it. Oh yes, but then you've got to get a bonnet or a, what do you call it, a hood with the supercharger thing cut out. But I don't know if we can do that. I don't know if I can add a supercharger to this. As it's a Dodge Charger, is it an RT I've got? Look at this. I'm just wondering, isn't it already supercharged? I mean, I'm not really sure. But anyway, it would be, or shouldn't it already be supercharged is what I mean. Because this one definitely isn't. But I'm going to, oh, clips off the side of course. I'm definitely going to try and supercharge this engine, by which time I'm hoping that I have got access to the racetrack and put it through its paces. I wonder how many parts I can store. That's not coming out. Alright. I wonder how many parts I can have in my inventory before it says, hey, your pockets are too full. And is there a limit on how many parts you can store in the warehouse? I don't know. I'm hoping there's enough available for me to strip an engine down at least. Enough slots, as it were. So this is good. I mean, now it would be cool if you could, like you saw the car had a distributor with contact, at least with a rotor arm, but how cool it would be if you could convert this to fuel injection, you know? I mean, if you could do those things, can I add a supercharger? Can I convert it? If it hasn't got disc brakes on the back, can I put them on? Can I do a conversion? Can I pimp my ride? Can I put big fat tires on the front and little ones on the back and little ones on the front, so that I can give it a bit of rake? I'm guessing probably not. But damn, it would be good if you could. So I'm going to be just left with the main block crankshaft. Right, this is going to be accessible from inside the car. Inside the car. Listen to me. It's going to be accessible from underneath the engine. Where did I get inside the car from? Timing chain off. That cam gear's screwed. All the rusty bits are going to be replaced, obviously. But even if I sold all the red bits now, you might think, well, how the hell are you going to know what to order? But you do, because when you go into part mount mode and that you highlight each one, it'll tell you what they are. So you literally can. I'm assuming I can work on the underneath from here. No, I can't. Okay. Can I? Yeah, I can. Well, this is a bit weird because, I mean, you know, clipping much? Yes, the pistons will come out now, but I haven't finished yet. There's that other little blighter. Let me go around the other way. See if I can pull these pistons out from here. It's a very shallow window. There we go. Helps if you're lined up. That one obviously has the, what do you call it on it? The cap. The rod cap. You zoomed me out. There we go. So we're just going to be left with this block, which looks manky anyway. Oh yeah, it's a V8. I was forgetting that. Yeah, it looks manky anyway. Of course it's a V8, there's top and bottom. Crouch down? I am crouched. I don't know. So I wonder if I can get a replacement engine block and then just start putting new parts in, really. There we go. Of course, there's 8 pistons. It's not the 4. So what are we left with? Let's go to the crane here, if I can. Need to come back one more, and I want to rotate to the left again. And let's do that. Yeah. I was trying to see if having it upside down would show me the these caps better, but it actually really doesn't. Now, what's stopping that engine? What's stopping this from coming out? This crank. Aha, we have another one. Yeah, we missed one. There we go. So we'll take the crankshaft out, and I believe that is it. We're just left with the engine block. We're done. So, how many parts? Look, and it's still there. It's actually still kind of ghostly mounted. So, how many parts are screwed? Unbelievably, not so many. Let's sort by condition. And we will see. Oh, actually, it is a bit. So we got 1, 2, 3. So we got 6 per line. So 6, 12. Then we got 18, 24, 25, 26, 27 parts, which are finished. We have parts which are missing altogether. Then we've got these that are orange, which are between screwed and mediocre. I think I'm just going to keep the green parts, which is the 2 distributor cap clips, the fuel filter, and 3 sets of piston rings. Everything else I think I'll change. I suppose the starter motor I can keep. As I wonder if I can. Now, all those parts, what can I repair? Bearing in mind I've only got a 50% chance of repairing anything. It's not a lot, is it? Now these crankshaft bearing caps, if I can't repair them, what happens to them? I could wait until I get my next experience point and then change my repair chance to 55%. Give me an extra 5%. The thing is, crankshaft bearing cap. Right, of all the red, condition red parts, there must only be 2 of these. So, and if I'm successful, I'm sure my repair skill level will go up. Oh, okay, so we click here, and then we click here. Now it's gone to 58. Click there, and click. Whoa, hello, rod cap. No, it is costing me to fix these. What happened to it? See, I don't know if it's gone to the end or if it's disappeared. Yeah, it's disappeared, you see. I can't remember what it was. I know it was a cover, a timing cover. But if it, what happens to it? Has it gone in? It's still in my inventory, surely. Right, guys? Yes. No. No. Yes. Yeah, there it is. It's worse now. Okay, but at least this is good. This can go back in at 97. So I think this now needs to be resorted again. Yeah, okay, so I managed to repair a part. There we go. And 97 is not bad. I don't know how. I must have just sanded it down and give it a bit of a polish. Oh, that's a rod cap. All right. So now we're going to make use of the warehouse. No, I don't. How do I store this? Oh, right click. You should be able to click on this twice and have it highlight everything. I mean, this is quick. We'll enter. No, enter doesn't work. It's just basically a right click. And the only reason I'm putting them in here is because I want to strip some more of the car down. So I'm done with you. So you can move to where you're supposed to be. So what else have we got in here? Well, we've got all the suspension parts. Let's drop the car. We've got all the suspension parts. We've got the cooling. We've got the battery, the brake servo, exhaust, interior. Yeah, come on. There we go. Let's take the cooling off. Get some pimped up radiator for it, some performance radiator. I'm saying all these things and you probably can't even do them. You probably can't even do it. See, I noticed there was a radiator there but no fan. So is that missing or what? I got no headlights on this car. Is the Charger the one that hides them? Behind the... I don't know. I'm going to leave the wheels and suspension on at the moment because if I take everything off, I might not be able to move the car to the garage just in case I need to at some point. But what I can take off is the turboscape, the exhaust. So up we go. Actually, I probably can take... It might let me take the suspension off and still put the wheels on, but I don't think so. Now the exhaust looks absolutely mint, apart from these... Mr. Decat? No, it's just a front exhaust pipe. Apart from that, apart from these, Decat on this thing, these exhaust parts look incredibly in good condition. This subframe, or as it called it looks, I call it a subframe with a front suspension cross member. Fair enough, probably not the subframe then. But that, yeah, that's going to get replaced. This thing. I wonder how much it's going to cost me to fix this car up. Okay. Leaf spring suspension on the back here. It's what they used on stagecoaches. Okay, let's bring the car down. And we'll strip some body parts off it, shall we? What's left of it. Probably no need to strip these off, but I'm doing it anyway. Just because I can. So we can take a photo of it. And then we'll see we'll take a photograph at the end. When it's done. It hasn't got any headlights. So doubtful that it would pass the roadworthiness test. Oh, it didn't have the wing on this side. Okay. I don't think there's too much more we can take the fuel tank off. Yeah, we can definitely do that. Now I don't know how much interior disassembly we can do. Bench. There you go. I know somebody on my channel who wanted to know about the bench, and I thought it was the back seat, but in that Mercedes car it looked like, you know, that it wasn't that, because I'm gonna have to leave that there, otherwise I probably can't sit and drive it. But do I need to drive it for it to be moved? Well, let's take it out, and I'm sure we'll find out at some point. Is that all the interior there is to take out? Yeah, it seems to be. But you must be able to take out the instruments or the binnacle or something, because they look terrible. You see how they've lit up? I can't sit in the car anymore. I don't even know if I'll be able to move it. So let's have a look and see what I've got. Oh man. Even the windows and the mirrors and the seats, even though they look good, they're actually terrible. The wings, even the number plate is bad. And as expected, the exhaust was good. Very good, except for this front pipe. And I think isn't there another front pipe? Yeah, there it is. Right, so into the warehouse. How handy is this now? Just pop everything in there. So my warehouse contains a stripped charger, basically. Except suspension, brakes, and yeah, come on, let's do it. This car's really not going anywhere. And if those instrument glass can be changed, I'll have to do that at the end, I think. Because once I take these wheels off, I mean, I've already taken the seat out, but I can at least move the car to... Let's quickly do this, because I need to know. So if I right click and move to garage entrance B, so it doesn't get in the way of customer cars, and then it's not going to let me sit in the car. I don't know whether I actually need to. Yeah. So what, I mean, I've seen cars where the interior actually doesn't look too bad, but where the clocks look in a terrible condition. Okay, so this is it. You can't change carpets or interior too much. And this is not a Charger RT, is it? Let's have a look. Dodge Charger. Wheel hubcap. Oh, right. These are the parts that are left on the car. Otherwise this list would be a... Look at the car's valued at 9,000 now, with all those parts taken off. Okay, let's take it back then and move it to car lifter B. And let's get it up. And we'll take all the brakes and suspension off. Whoops, 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 whoops. Wrong one. So, my project begins. So click, I keep click holding instead of clicking. Oh, drums. Now then, I thought it was, so now I'm wondering, can I do a disc conversion? Probably not. The state of it though. Probably not, but it would be really nice if you could. I'll have to look into it and find out and see if it can be done. Oh, I didn't see that. I love the way that it just makes parts float. So these leaf springs, I mean, that's old style. I mean, even I mean, I don't think today's Corvettes use them, but you know, it wasn't that far back that Corvettes still had leaf spring suspension on the rear. And it's like, well, you know, these are off horses and cart. It's not a very it doesn't give you the best ride. Sorry, I'm going to rephrase that. The best handling, really. Okay, I'm not an expert on suspension, but I certainly know how prehistoric leaf springs are. But we're going to be stuck with those. Wait till this thing's got some nice new rims on it. Oh, I'd love to put some... Yeah, I wish this game could go into that kind of detail where I could say, okay, new rims, electronic fuel injection, disc brakes at the rear, supercharged engine. All the while I'm doing this, taking these parts off, I'm earning XP. You'll see for every part I take off, I earn a point. And there goes another one. And when I get these two bolts off, it'll go up again. Plenty of customers waiting outside my door now. I had to replace a battery today. First time I've done that. And, you know, even though my workshop has expanded, I still haven't got the battery charger. So I can only assume that comes with the next workshop upgrade. And I am really looking forward to that one. That's the one I want because it gives me my own paint shop. Why can't I take the fuel tank? Oh, I've got to take the fuel pump off. Okay, so there's literally nothing on this car now. Nothing on the back. Nothing. It's nothing. First time I've stripped it, obviously first time I've stripped the car down to this level. Okay, so nice discs on the front, although they're going to get replaced. I know when I do this car up and you know it's all done, I already know I'm not going to make back what I've spent on it. I know that. I'll probably spend about 50 grand and on top of the car, which was 29, so that's 70 grand, and the car will be worth like 49 or something. I know I'm going to lose out badly. But it's not all about the money for this first project car. I mean, it would be nice if there was a little bit of a town or some place you could drive around. Obviously there is a racetrack, but it would be cool if you could, you know, cruise around picking up chicks in your new car. I'm asking too much. But how great if you had another idea that I just pulled out my head is game integration, where you've got like a car comes in, you fix, you know, not a car comes in, but you buy one like I've got here. I spend all this time fixing it up and then the model and all of its bits are the power of the car, the power of the engine. Let's say I was able to add a supercharger and give it more horsepower and whatnot. And then let's say I could then export the car and then import it into, say, I don't know, Need for Speed or Grand Theft Auto or something like that, and then just use it there, like a cross-integration of games. I don't know. I'm talking stupid, but it saves one developer trying to do everything. I love how it tells you the condition of the parts here. It says item added, but what it means there is added to your inventory, obviously. You're not adding it to the car. Let's get this off. Yeah, there's plenty of terrible parts here. And these shock absorbers have all got to be stripped down, but I might just sell the whole thing and just buy new. I'm going to be spending a lot of time in the shop ordering parts. I did fit new rims on a car though. Customer wanted, he said, oh, my rims are making me slow, whatever that means. And so I changed the rim style to a different one, hoping it would be allowed. And it was. And I made the car look a lot better. So let's get these bushings off on all corners. We should be able to swing round and get the next one. There we go. Why these bushings have to come out before the thing comes out? It's not attached to anything anymore. Well. Oops, there we go. That's what's left of my car. I don't think anything else comes off it. What's it worth now? 4 grand. Part name, radiator cap. Eh? Is that still on the car? How is that possible? I could take the radiator off but not the cap. Now here's a question. Will the lift go all the way down? No. So it's stuck on here. There's no radiator cap here. It's not there. It's certainly not there. So why you think there is one? Yeah. Global part condition. Global body condition, 6%. I mean, it's in a mess. And I don't really want to put all the car bits back on until this body has been painted. Now, as I don't have the paint shop myself, I haven't forgotten about the radio. It would be nice if this... I don't know whether the car salon paints the car or whether it just does interior detailing or valeting. Auctions and racetrack have not opened up yet. There may be some Dodge Charger parts available in one of these barns, ready for repair. But is there much point with a 50% repair rate? Okay, so I don't know whether the radio is on or off. I guess the only way to find out is to go... I can't get to the settings from here. So I'm going to save the game. You better have saved it. I'm not stripping that down again. Go into options or settings. I hate the music, that's why I had it turned off. But I'll put it up a little. Try 20. You see what I mean? There's the RT. That's a Challenger RT. Is there a Charger RT then? Maybe I'm getting mixed up. Is there a Charger RT? I don't know. Listen to that music. Isn't that awful? It's nothing. That would just do my head in listening to that. Now, if you buy number plates, they're quite cheap. If you have your customized number plate on there, then the price goes up by about $1,800. I can't get to the radio quick enough. Okay, see, drum and bass, killer rock, electro. Oh, just what's this? Be nice to have a chat thing, or to be able to internet stream, say, Radio 1, Radio 2, Radio 4, things like that. Like they do in Euro Truck Simulator. That's not working. Oh, I just can't be dealing with this kind of music. It's all the same headbanging electric crap. That'll do. So, don't worry, it won't be on for long. You can't take the grill off. Overview. Oh, is that exhaust still on? Okay. Not for long. Didn't even notice it, to be honest. Come on, let's get a bit of Dire Straits on the go. There we go, overview mode, just the shell of a car now. Just the shell. Oh, I keep doing that for some reason. Now, obviously you need to separate these parts from here, these parts from here. And we'll do that at a later stage. It would be nice if, or maybe it does, I don't know. I was going to say it'd be nice if it tells you how many parts are in the warehouse. Oh, let me try and just do it. Right, now I want to sort this by condition. These should not be in solid orange, they should be like this, hollow, and that goes solid when you select it, because it would be easier to see. Well, it hasn't sorted it by condition. It may do it on this side, but certainly not here. See, where's the rims? There's the body stuff. Maybe it's not doing rims because they're in groups still. Yeah, there you go. So I've got the front shocks and the four wheels. Do you want to sell Rim Atlanta? Now, does it sell the tyre as well? I don't know. So, I have stripped this down but not spent a single penny yet. So, the car obviously has to stay like this until I can unlock the paint or get these body parts. I mean this body. Maybe I can pick up another body. You certainly can't buy car bodies. That's enough of that radio, because this is just absolutely awful. I hope in the next patch they remove the radio. Yeah, so let's have a look in my computer and see if we've got anything. See, we've got a body shop, but I don't think it does, like, you know, the entire car shell. I think I should have just been a bit more specific. There we go. So I can replace all the body parts, no problem. Did I say no problem? Oh yeah, there it is. Whew. There's the trunk. Where's the what you would call the hood, a bonnet? See, if they don't have one, I've got to find one in a junkyard. There it is. I couldn't bloody see it. So, okay. That would be interesting if some items were out of stock, you know, kind of randomly. And then but any part that was out of stock, you could guarantee would be in a barn. Or maybe have a 60% chance it will be in a barn. And if it's not, you wait for another barn to come along. Or you wait for stock to arrive. That would be annoying if it's the last part. So, my question now is the supercharger. Does it exist? V8 overhead valve and a V8 one. But can I carb? Now then, 2-barrel side drive. If I buy a 4-barrel instead of the 2 that's on the charger, can I? Will it work? Because what I'm going to have to do is I can't work on this anymore. This is now stuck there. But what I can do is start rebuilding the engine from scratch. And I'm definitely going to buy a new block and then just start rebuilding bit by bit. So if I right click and go to, oh no, wait a minute. There we go, part mount. So it's an overhead valve C. Was there a supercharger for that? I can actually fit a fuel filter in mid-air. Okay, whatever. So engine block, V8 overhead valve, type C. So yeah, I can probably get the thing. Did I not take this off? Oh no, it just tells me that I can fit that on right now. It's a dipstick. It's a dipstick. It's not the valve thing rod. So engine block, V8 overhead valve. Let's buy one. And begin the restoration. Okay, so it's this one. Engine block V8 overhead valve type C. Is that the only color it comes in? Look at the price. I probably don't even need one, but I'm getting it anyway. Because if I don't, then I can't do what I said, which is... Oh, yes, baby. And now it shows you some of the auxiliary parts that can go on now. Now, the fuel filter that we had was in good condition, so we can actually put that on. The ignition distributor, I don't know what condition that was in. And have you noticed where the engine is placed now? I can access the underside of the engine. So it has actually been put in a different place. Isn't that lovely when it's all shiny and new? Oh yeah. Right, fuel filter. So that's in the warehouse. I'm going to be walking backwards and forwards quite a lot. Oh, you better show up. No? You're gonna make me... You're not gonna make me scroll for it, surely. You have got to be kidding me. Well, I think it was in pretty good nick, so it's got to be at the bottom. It's not even sorted. This should be working on this side. Ah, is that what this is for? So the typing works on this side? No, it keeps going white again. I don't know what this is for. Oh, damn. I mean, okay, so it's here, but it's not sorting on this side, and the search doesn't work on this side either. No, I don't want to sell it. And also, where's the engine block? And what condition was it in? How is it not here? I know I bought one, but that doesn't mean you take this one away. What? Oh, maybe I didn't put it in there. It might be in my inventory. Now I've got two of them. Fine, I'll sell one for full price. See little bugs like this. So there's a few things that's gone wrong with it. Really? You're going to tell me I haven't got one now? There it is. Now it's bugged. That hasn't gone away. Oh dear. We are having a few little problems, aren't we? So the original engine block I took off, that's $13 down the chute. The original engine block I took off, yeah, it's not interested. It's not even there. It's not even in here. Or is it? I don't know. Maybe it got filtered. Well, it's definitely one of the orange parts. Why have I got... Okay, it's a V. No, I was going to say, why have I got two of those? There it is. It's shown up again. Okay, I get a fairly decent price for that. I've only got the one. I wish my money was going up. Just playing on those bugs. Right, what's the next bit? I know this is, I'm doing this a slow way. I will come across a faster way. But I'm going to get, I won't drop below 50,000 before I do another customer car, for example. So let's go into part mount. Okay, here we go. So what can I fit on next? I'm interested in that supercharger, I have to say. I want to know if it will, if the 4-barrel will fit on here. Yeah, the 4-barrel carb and the supercharger, if they're compatible. So ignition distributor. So let's go and get that. Oh, let's see what condition it's in. So if I sort by name, it doesn't even do that. Let me let me come out of here and go back in, see if it's sorted by name. No, it has not. So this is only for this side, and that's back there again. See, get back in there. There are warehouse bugs. So we're looking for the ignition distributor. That's going to be fun. How's the gearbox? 51%. That's going to cost me. I wonder if I should put... I can't put that on because I need to buy all the clutch. But I certainly can. I certainly can do that. I can buy all the four clutch parts plus the gearbox, a brand new one. I've got a feeling that supercharger just might do the trick. Just might work. So let's take that, that, and that, which I'm not going to install on the car, but at least they're out of there. And now I'll walk back over to my... See, this engine's going to look fantastic, and it's going to go into that piece of junk. I sell the engine on its own. Oops, I didn't want to do that, did I? No. So I should have... Yeah. Okay, inventory. Again, I've got twice of everything. But one of them's fake. So, and where'd this come from? Oh my god. So many bugs still to fix. And I'm only just seeing them all now with this warehouse. So anyway, ignition distributor rotor, and cap. So that should be easy to get. Ignition dist. Oh, it's just this one. It's certainly not from a rotary engine, and it's certainly not from the i6. So we need this, this, and this. Alrighty. So I've got a feeling this might be one of those pieced together bits. Oh, it's not. Okay. Well, now we can put the new rotor arm on. And the new distributor cap. Sweet. Of course, we need the clips now. And they were good, weren't they? Yes, they were one of the parts that was green. So they'll be easy to spot. Yeah, sell it. I mean, this is completely bugged. It's giving me duplicate parts. The one's in my inventory, and when I leave, it's doubling it up. Okay, so we just need to look for green. There's one. You right click that, pop that into my inventory, and the other one should have been next to the original one, and it should be because unless it was there, but I don't know. Well, something's going really weird here. We'll go and put those clips on. I don't even want to know what's in my inventory. But I'm making profit from it, so I can't really complain too much. There's a brand new clip. There's a brand new clip. So up to now then, crankshaft. Up to now, the car is, sorry, well at least the engine is 100% good. What's in here? Fine. not fine. I hope this is fixed in the next patch. I have to press escape now to get rid of this. Am I actually not making any money? Yeah, I'm not making any money at all. Which is good, because it would be cheating if I was. Or exploiting. Familiar word from a previous game. So, camshaft. Yeah, it seems to be an issue with stuff in the warehouse. I mean, I suppose I should just leave it in here, or at least just sell it straight out of the warehouse. So it's camshaft V8 overhead VC, and that is in terrible condition. So we're going to sell. Okay, well, we were going to sell it. Can we sell it from here? Yeah, we got money for it. And what's the bettings? It's in my inventory right now. Just wanted to see if it would disappear. The only way to get it off my inventory is to do that. So we need a camshaft. Don't worry, I'm not going to rebuild the entire engine in this video, but I will make some more progress off the air, as it were. So up we go. Right click, part mount, and we can put this camshaft in. And there it is. This is going to be nice. I would have liked to have built it up to the point where I can put the try and get the quad barrel carb and put that on, but there's a lot of parts to put on yet though. There are a lot of parts to put on, and it looks to me let me just rotate you. Okay, so it's this camshaft, crankshaft I need now. Let's just order one instead of getting it from the store. Let's go around the back and just see it easier. Okay, and we'll mount that. Nice, and now we're ready for new pistons to go in. So I'm going to order 8 piston with con rods and 8 rod caps, isn't it? Crankshaft bearing cups and rod caps. Well, let's order 8 pistons with con rods. Let's get those in. Okay, we're going to order 8 of these. And we're going to order 8 of these. Because the piston can't go in without the rings anyway. So, see, you need the rings. Brand new. Get in there, boy. It's a strange thing, this color, because it's not like you can change them or anything. So we put the rings on the pistons and then the pistons go in. Now, because it's very easy to put the engine in the car, Yeah, well, I was going to say, you know, I could put it in and give it a test drive until it's, and I can always yank it out before the body gets redone, but then I'd have to put all the suspension and brakes back on. So now I need rod caps. The question is, how many? One for each. So 1, 2, just want to make sure, 3, 4, yeah. And crankshaft bearings caps is 1, 2, 3. Fine. So let's try cap. So crankshaft bearing cap, I need 3. And rod caps, I need 8. Good this, isn't it? Well, it's, yeah, a full engine rebuild from scratch. I mean, I never got anywhere near this far in the previous car mechanic simulator games. I don't even know if you could. I'm really not sure if you were able to own your own car. I don't know. I might have a look at CMS 2015 again at some point and just check it out. I remember doing quite a few customer cars, and it was very similar, you know, brake, suspension, ordering on the computer. But this is, from what I remember, I think that this new version, this 2018 version, it's a lot more intuitive. It's not perfect, you know. I mean, they've got the right-clicking pie chart thing, which is, it's okay. Didn't I not put that in? Okay. Looked like I was actually missing a piston there. I must have been totally pissed. Now, are they all in? Oh, let me have a walk round. Oh, that bar's hit me in the stomach. Right, so definitely, yeah, definitely looks like we've got all the pistons in. It's coming along rather nicely. And oh, I sounded a bit Jeremy Clarkson there. And this will be the best Dodge Charger engine in the world. Well, in the workshop anyway. So, engine head D, 2 of them. Let's see how much that's going to come to. I should be able to afford the entire engine because I don't think it's going to be that much. It shouldn't. Yeah, as I said, I'll go down to 50,000 before I start recouping some money back, and then, you know, carry on buying parts. I want to keep 50 grand in the bank for no particular reason I can think of. Ideally, I'd like to get to the carburetor. What are you talking about? There's no items to work with. I just bought 2 of them. Engine head, V8, overhead valve D. What are you expecting? Engine head, V8, overhead valve D. Hello? Nothing needs putting together, otherwise, oh, there must be something wrong on the other side. What the hell? There are no items to work with. Yes, there are. Am I missing something here? On this side? Everything looks intact to me. Oh, there we go. You little git. Then why did the part highlight if it can't go on? Ah, I've given up asking questions. Oh, there must be another one. No, 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 not the oil. Not the... If the oil pan can go on, that must mean all the thingy ends are on. What? What the hell? This oil pan must be highlighting because I don't have any conroddy parts left. So what the hell is stopping this from going on? Alright. The only thing I can think of is to sell this for 450 and buy another one. Look. Oh, it's this one. So I've just lost bloody 450 quid there. They look like they were named the exact same thing. Yeah, one for the left and one for the right. Okay, whatever. Right, so this now intake manifold V8 overhead valve D. That can't go wrong, can it? Now I know there's other parts that can go on the car right now, but this is where I want it to be. Okay, now carburetor V8 OHVF. That's what it's expecting. And it looked to me like a twin port thing. Oops, it's over here. So, will it take a 4-port and will it let me bung on a supercharger? I'm going to say no, but you never know until you try. So there it is. It's a pity when you have it in your inventory you don't get to see it in 3D and look around it. But carburetor V8 OHVF. That is not what I'm going to be buying. I hope I remember all those parts I bought so I can take them out of sell them off my warehouse. So let's have a look at the let's have a look at the carb. So it's expecting this. The only other ones that are going to fit are these two, because it says V8. I don't know whether these are going to work. What if I bought that intake manifold and put 2 carbs on? Will it let that happen? I don't know if you can do this to these cars. I mean, the one I would probably fit would be maybe this one. Doesn't give me much info. I wonder if it looks like it's just restricted to this. It's going to cost me money to find out. But for example, can I? Oh, let's just get it. I'm going to put a new manifold on. No, it won't. It only will let me choose that one. Oh, what a letdown. Half price. You lose 50%. What a bloody letdown. I was really hoping I could put some different parts on, but yeah, no chance. Well, oh, hang on a minute. Is that a 4-port? It is, no? I don't know. This is where my mechanic knowledge stops. There's a flap on this one, but not on this one. But there's definitely 4. Yeah, 4-port, and then you've got this flap which changes the mixture, right? Well, it alters the amount of air coming in as you accelerate. Alright, I'm sure there'll be people correcting me, which I'm happy to hear about. So what else can we mount right now? Ignition coil, it's not going to go anywhere without that. Oil filter. Oh yeah, let's not forget to put oil in it as well. So ignition coil B and a V8 oil filter. My money's still good. My money's still good, so ignition coil and an oil filter. And of course, when the engine goes back together, it won't have any missing parts, like the oil pan, which was missing from the original engine. Will no longer be missing. Yeah. So, well, let's fit this. And if I can reach up there, let's fit the oil filter. Isn't this all looking dandy? Let's stick the oil pan on there. It's never had one. At least not since I've owned it. Someone obviously ripped it off there. You know what, I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, it's this one. It bloody better be. It better be, otherwise it's my paying for not paying attention. Yeah, there we go. Oh, this is looking good, man. This is looking good. Like, it's not much to go. I guess we can just rebuild the entire engine in this video. I mean, there's some timing stuff to do, but you know, it's not that complex on these cars. So exhaust manifold. Alright, I'm going to make sure that I get one of each if they're different. Oh, go away, crane. Okay. Is this it? But then if this switch switched around, that pipe would be on the wrong side. What? Right. If you look at this from the right way up, it goes one in, then the pipe, and then the long part. And on the other side, if you look at it from the left, it's the long part, and then, so I'm assuming that it just fits whatever. Like if I click this, I just buy two and it automatically gives me one each side. Well, we'll find out. It certainly didn't do that with the head, the engine head. Let's see. That it? I think so. Okay, so it does put it on. They must come in a pair. No, they don't, because you can order one. But I mean, they don't come like left and right. So spark plugs, obviously we're going to order brand new spark plugs, and valve push rods. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, of course. So 16 valve push rods, F, and I think standard spark plugs, right? Yeah. So valve push rod F. We want 16 of those. Yeah, that's good. Get some of those as well. So valve push rod F, and we want DSSA. There we go. And also sparkers. And give me 8 of those. And we're going to need a set of ignition cables, which I'm guessing is this. Oh, now then, it's got to be this one, right? Yeah, I'll chance it. I'll chance it. Take a risk. Right, what am I doing? Spark plugs and the valve thingies. So let's get those guys in. Well, well, well. Full engine rebuild. And instead of, no, I was going to say instead of selling the bits in the warehouse, I could rebuild my old engine and then just sell that off for a couple of thousand. You know, just put the old engine block on and just rebuild an old engine. At least recoup a bit of money back. Because all those bits in there will be worth something, but I don't know. For example, if I sold all the bits separately in my warehouse, like for example, every part there would complete, well, not every part because I've taken some out, but every part, let's pretend every part in there makes up a complete engine, right? Which we know it doesn't because it didn't come complete, but we're pretending here. So my question would be then, would all the parts sell for less than the complete engine? Does the fact that the parts have been constructed together to a complete engine give more value? So if the engine's worth 3,000, are all the parts combined worth 3,000? Or are they worth more when built into an engine? Questions that we'll probably never know the answer to. And we won't either, because we don't know how much each part sells for. Unless we try and sell every one and just keep saying no, no, no. And there's those cables. Are they going on? Yeah, man. Right, we need 2 rocker arms. D. I'm still at 70,000 in cash. So this is really good. I reckon I can finish this engine without breaking down from 70,000. So this is the only type of engine that has these. Ew. Let's get those in. I'm kind of enjoying this. And we'll just bolt those in. And this guy too. Disappointed of not being able to switch up to a better carburetor and adding a supercharger. You know, that would be just so cool if you could have done that. Ah, now look, engine head cover B, engine head cover A. Twist, do the twist. There we go. Engine head cover, and we want A. We know it's ours because they're orange. Now that was quite pricey. Yeah, $760 for those two. But I think these are the last orangey bits to go on. Lovely. Now we'll do this side. So I've lost a bit of money getting the wrong parts, but it's all part of the learning experience, is it not? So we need to put this on as well, the cam gear. I'd like to rotate the engine before I do that, to be honest. And on the bottom side we've got the clutch. So let's finish this top. Air filter base, F. I could probably go to the warehouse and look at all the air filter parts and order them all, but it'd be quicker than doing it at one at a time. Let's see if I can guess something. Air filter V8, it's got to be that one. And it's got to be this one. There we go. It's got to be that, right? So the fuel filter's on, the oil filter is on, and now we're just going to stick on the air filter. Yes, I mean, of course I would love to put it in the car and start the car up. Definitely. I mean, obviously I would. It's a pity there's no way of starting the engine outside the car. Look at that. Look at this engine, guys. Oh! Yes. I mean, it's really looking good now. Built from nothing. Alright, so cam gear. It's you. So yeah, I might break into the 60,000s on my money, but it's absolutely fine. It's still 10 grand more than I said I would go down to. So I'm really quite happy to be doing this. So we just need to put a new timing chain on and a cover, I would say. So let's go timing. Let's go timing chain first, and we know it's the V8 OHV one. So it's now then I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't paying attention. I don't know if it was just standard or F. Yeah, F. Okay. F. So it's this one, and we need the timing cover. It'll be the orange one. And there it is. That's the one that I tried to repair before, I think. Oh, I did do it, didn't I? Yeah, well, whatever. Stick a new one on there. But I'm not going to stick a 97% apart on a 100% engine. Finicky. Lovely. That might be it for this side at the moment. Oh yeah, the water pump. That's not going to come cheap. Crankshaft pulley and water pump C. Let's get them both. So crankshaft pulley and water pump C. Clearly it's this one. The orange stuffs. I wonder if the Dodge Challenger's orange as well. All their bits. So let's get the water pump on. I think there's a couple of metal pieces after this, isn't there, to go on? Yeah, there we go. And the crankshaft pulley goes on there. So yeah, we are buying a bit at a time, but hey. So now we need a water pump pulley. Arm A. Now it says type C, but I think I'll know which one it is anyway, just by the fact that it's orange. Arm B is type C, so arm A, arm B, and a water pump pulley. What could go wrong? Nothing. They're right there in orange. At least we'll get the top of the engine done, and then we can rotate and put the clutch and gearbox. The gearbox is going to be expensive. That's going to knock me back a little bit. It's probably going to be knocking on the door of $1,000 for the gearbox, which is okay. Another ancillary wants to go on. It looks like it's the alternator. Power steering pump and alternator. I6B. Alternator I6B and a power steering pump. F. Oh, money, money, money. Poor steering, Captain. Power steering pump. Don't buy the wrong one, that'll prove costly. Part mount. The customers will be thinking, is he closed for the season? I thought he was a good mechanic. I wonder what this engine's worth, and I wonder if the value of the engine is half the price of what I've paid for it. Now that I've seen this up here, 70,900, I can guarantee you that the gearbox is going to blow that down into the 60s. So serpentine belt B. I don't know if there's an A on this one. There has to be, because something's got to go around there, right? But where does it attach to? Yeah. There has to be a belt on there. Well, let's get the serpentine belt B first. Sorry, I'm just laughing because I didn't pay attention. There's a supercharger one, see? Why can't I have that? Is it this? No, I got the wrong one, you silly arse. It's the C model. My fault. That one. Yes, yes, I've lost money again. And look, there's that fan that needs to go on. And that's where the other belt's going to come in. There it is. Because, look. Oh, it's not going to show up there. Serpentine belt AC. Look, see? You got the outline of the fan. That wasn't even attached to the engine last time. Do we know what it is? No, it won't highlight yet. I can probably guess it, but then I lose money. I know what this one is. It's AC. It's this one. Definitely 100%, or I'll strip this down. Oops. Done it again. Why isn't it? No. Right. So put the old belt on. And there it is. Radiator fan B. It's never had one before. Well, it's never had one when it came in here. But it's going to have one now. And there you are. It's why is it not this one? They look the same. Why is it not that one? Why is it radiator fan B and not the overhead valve V8 one? Okay, I'm guessing there's a reason for it, but the devs will know. If I'm not mistaken, that is the top of the engine done, leaving just the gearbox and clutch. So the question is, excuse me, I'm hoping there are no let's go to the warehouse for this one, because I don't want to find out that there's some V8 clutch parts. Clutch release bearing, pressure plate, no. The gearbox is a V8 overhead valve F, that's all. Right, so this is going to be a piece of cake. So, if we go to gearbox, we'll find the clutch plate, the pressure plate, the thrust bearing, the flywheel, and look at the price of the gearbox. I'm already under 70 grand. And there we go. I'm down to 68,000, but I'm more than happy with that. I'm more than happy that I've built an entire engine with, what's it cost me? 10, 11, 12, 13,000? I can't remember how much I had when I started. I think it was 80,000. So yeah, basically, if it finishes here, it's 12,000 to build this engine. It's not going to be worth that much. That's for sure. But this is new territory. Instead of fixing, customer cars, this video has been a whole different thing, a whole different ball game now, where we're actually, stripped an engine out of a car and rebuilt a fresh one. And I can just sell everything in the warehouse now. Look at this. Let's go around and do it properly. There we go. Guys, we have an engine. No, we don't. We've got to put a starter on it. Oh! Yeah, I'm going to say that. I'm going to say this is a $12,000 build, which is okay. I don't know how much a crated engine would have been with the gearbox, but if I'm not mistaken, this is a done deal. I don't think there's anything more. This engine should turn over and work now once it's got oil in it. Oh, sweet. Right, you know what I'm going to do now? Save my game. Yeah. Now then. What options do I have on the engine, on the crane? Take off engine from crate. And it puts it in the warehouse? Yeah. I don't need it to be taken off. Why does it say crate? It should say crane. Anyway, I don't need it off there right now. I can leave it there just for show. So 12,000. Right. Does it tell me what it's worth? No. Why is that locked? Yeah, I've got time to take part notes. Open parts notes. Add parts to notebook is locked. I guess that's more unlockable stuff still to come then. Alright, so it's cost me 12,000. What the engine's worth, I don't know. I'll find out when I get it in the car. But it'll, yeah. I don't want to put it in the car. Can the crane take the engine away from that other one? No, so I need to focus on the crane. This is all new to me. So take off engine from the crate. I'm assuming that is now in my inventory. Look at. I did buy piston rings and they're brand new. So don't be giving me that. I don't know what condition the piston rings are in. Yeah, okay. Alright, I think that's normal. Oh, it just goes in. Okay. Right. The reason I've done that, obviously, is to find out. Whoa! Hello! Now, the car's worth $1,000 more than what I paid for it. Oh, that is junk. Right, so, I mean, at least, well, it hasn't got the suspension or the brakes on the car. I don't know how you test for these piston rings, and I don't know where this radiator cap thing's coming from. But yeah, the radiator, we need to buy a new radiator for it. And I'd like to see the engine sitting on this bloody crane. Right, because I can just take it in and out as I please, I'm going to leave it there. Oh, that's not the right thing. No, that's not the right thing either. Okay. Why aren't you giving me the option? Okay, I have to click at the top. Alright, well, that's going to bring this video to a close, because I need to start bringing in customer cars now. But I earned 400 experience points doing that, which is halfway towards my next upgrade, whatever that's going to be. But I'm not going to be able to do anything until I'm going to look up now. I was going to say until I get to the car salon, but I'm actually going to look up on the internet now and find out what the car salon is all about. It doesn't sound like a paint shop. It sounds more like interior detailing. But if that is the case, that means I can't fix this body up until at least I get the paint shop. But before that, you can't just paint over that. It has to be repaired, and I certainly can't repair until much later on. So we're looking at, like, here's where I get my paint shop. Paint shop, a dyno. What's the point of the dyno if you can't add a supercharger? And yet another lifter. Okay, but up here, successful repair chances are going up. And now here, you can repair body parts. My voice is going. You can repair body parts. So I need to be at level 30 and then get the next one. I need to be here. I didn't know this cost money. So, yeah, I need to get here. I'm not even halfway. Oh, my voice is going. I'm going to have to pick the best path. I could reset my points and maybe get myself here already. If I reset the points, it can't shrink the garage and lose this car. Aha, it keeps it. Okay, so I've got 12 skill points available. Can I work backwards? No. Right. I'm going to wish I hadn't done this now. But anyway. Right, I definitely want that. Right, so what's the best thing here? That. Don't need the tread tester. The electronic meter. Haven't needed that yet, so I'm going to do this and then the compression test and then oh no, it doesn't get me any further. It locks it out. Oh. Oh, damn. Well, I definitely want my iPad back then. And I want my OBD back. And I want this back. And I've got 3 more. What's this one? 5% more income. Always handy. There you go. I've just done it a different way. So it's not going to let me unlock this probably until I unlock all 4 of these. 85. Oh, right. You can't unlock that until you unlock this one, obviously, because that's progressive. So maybe unlocking this one and this one gets me this one. Or this, I've got to unlock that as well. I don't know. Either way, I need more stuff. I need more jobs to get me more experience, to get me more unlocks. Right, so there you go. That's the Dodge Charger engine rebuild. It's not really a rebuild though, is it? Because the engine's in here. And I'm not going to scrap any parts because I don't want to accidentally lose suspension parts. I'm not going to reuse the suspension parts, of course. But I want to know, you know, actually I can't think of a reason why to keep them, to be honest. Let's get a little bit of money back, shall we? The gearbox stung me. But I can't really think of anything. Oh yeah, all of these head things, get rid of those. So obviously this idea of building another engine from these crappy parts is gone. I don't think I would have done it, to be honest. The battery's knackered, the radiator's screwed. They're all getting changed. I'd better start taking some orders in. Right. Okay, that's it. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll be able to progress a little bit more with this at some point. Do this suspension. I don't know how this is going to work though, guys. Like, if I do all the suspension and brakes all new on this car and fit it, do I get, when I come to being able to repair body panels, do I have to strip the car down to do it, or can I just fix it on the car? For that I'm going to have to look at videos. This isn't even the wing, so 2 new wings can go on. This grille looks crap and you can't even change it, so it's not a body part you can repair or change. It's a nothing. So how do I make that look good again? Anyway, we'll find out at some point, and I'll catch you on whatever my next video is. Bye bye.